Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, I'm supposed to be able to go pick up my replacement pool vac today, but they told me to wait until they call before I go over and pick it up, and I haven't gotten that call yet. It's about noon, and I decided what I wanted to do today is go over and visit a new nursery that I discovered. I'm always looking for interesting plants and stuff like that for the yard, because I like to keep the kind of things fresh in the yard and all that. And while I'm probably not going to buy anything today, I always like checking out a new nursery and seeing what they got. Now this place is in Hewitt. It's called Barrera's Nursery and Landscape. And so it seems like they have more than just plants and stuff like that. I looked at their website. They seem to have like bird baths and mobiles and stuff like that that you can put in the yard to make it look cool, as well as like landscaping stone and stuff like that. But they also have like trees and bushes and flowering plants and all that. And like I said, I want to go check that out because I always like to find something strange and unusual for the yard. So let's head over to Barrera's Nursery and Landscape. Now I've driven by this place a number of times because this is out in a part of Hewitt where there have been a number of things I needed. You may recall a couple years ago I bought a trailer for my car, and I had to have a trailer hitch mounted, and the trailer hitch was installed just off of the road that this nursery is on. I also, when I was looking for a rain barrel a few months back, I visited a place called Atwood's and ended up driving by this place. So like I said, I've driven by this place a handful of times, and I've always meant to kind of stop in and take a look, but I've never had the opportunity. But today is that day. Yeah, I think next time I need bulk soil here, I'm gonna have to come to this place. Look at all the options they got. From soil to mulch. All sorts of good stuff over here. I see like landscape rocks over there. I want to actually go check that out because I've been actually thinking that I want to completely redo the front yard and maybe get rid of the lawn and replace it with maybe something that's going to be a little bit more drought tolerant, because we're definitely getting a lot of hot summers out here, and I guess hot summers are pretty typical for Central Texas. And if we get something maybe that would deal a little better with the heat, like maybe some native plants versus a lawn, which is very hard to maintain, that'd be a way to go. And this would definitely be the place to go for that. Look at all the options here. Nice little pebbles there. Bigger pebbles here. I'm guessing probably this stuff. This looks like limestone. Let's see. Well, they call it large gravel, but smaller gravel, little pebbles. All sorts of options. I think that's limestone over there though. Definitely. And I see some nice flagstone over there. Pink rose crushed stone. That definitely looks like, yeah, definitely a limestone there. $75 a yard. I'm guessing they deliver. Although I can dig up limestone in my backyard. But yeah, look at the flagstone. I wonder if this is where the people who had my house before I did, who put the flagstone in the backyard under the patio there. I wonder if this is where they got it. I love having like building options like this. Looking at this kind of stuff, seeing what they got. How pretty is that? That white stone. I think that's more limestone again. Can't blame them for having a lot of that. That's so natural around this area. River stone here, from size of bowling balls and larger down to smaller and smaller sizes. I had a whole area of river stone in the front of my backyard in California. It's kind of good stuff. It's really hard and lasts forever. Let's go in and see what they got. I gotta say, I like these big boulders here. Look at that. Look at the kind of glass material in it. That's like a quartz crystal. So these are kind of cool. They're calling these petite pink oleanders, and they got red ones over here too. I think I've seen these a little bit at the one of the other nurseries I visit, but they're actually a pretty plant. I don't know how big they get. See, a lot of things I'm looking to have them fill in and really kind of have a lot of personality. Let's see how big these things get. Full sun, 8 feet high. That'd get pretty big then. That might be something to consider at some point. Now there's a rain barrel for you. Holy cow. Take a long time to fill that thing up. But long time to empty it too. And they got pecan trees here, but no squirrels there. Look at those pecans. Some more big boulders here. Got kind of a marbled look to it. Almost looks like it's obsidian or something like that, but I don't think it is. And look at this. This is pretty. I like the marbling on that. Kind of wish they'd say what some of this is. It's hard. There's some smaller pieces of that, some really huge pieces. Like I said, if I ever get to the point where I'm landscaping in the yard, this is definitely the place I'm going to have to check out. All sorts of good stone options. And sand. Oh, and then here we get some paving stones. Definitely interested in checking that out too. $17 a piece. Those are 24 by 24 inches. Yeah, these are what I use to edge the yard along the fence there, so I wouldn't get flash tunneling under the fence into the neighbor's yard. I've used some of these too. Get those at Home Depot. I bet you these are less expensive too. A lot of times with things like this, I'm just kind of wandering around looking for inspiration here. Look at these pavers. I would bet you anything this is where the previous owners got the flagstone that they made the patio out of. Because that looks like the same stuff right there. All sorts of options out here. Look at these retaining wall boulders here. Those things are like 15, 16 inches thick and probably weigh a couple tons each. Definitely have to have those delivered. That wouldn't go in my trailer. Railroad ties. In case you ever wanted that. Look at these pieces here. be great for like a bench or something, right? Wouldn't want to move it though, holy cow. More nice pieces of limestone that have been really nicely shaped. Could make my own Stonehenge out here. Guess maybe they sell lumber too. Firewood. Remember when I was house hunting and I was talking about there was a weird architectural feature on some of the houses in this part of central Texas where it looks like they took a normal house and plopped a pyramid on the roof? Yeah, there's a lot of them here. I don't know, I guess I'd probably get used to that, but it looks just strange to me. I really like palm trees and wish I could do palm trees here, but they don't really hold up well in the extreme winters we can get here. You remember I brought 3 palm trees with me from California, and they didn't survive the first winter here because I put them in the ground and it snowed like a week later and killed them all off. So they don't have a whole lot of selection of little plants as some of the other nurseries do, but they seem to have a nice collection of trees and large shrubs and things like that. So I'll have to keep that in mind. They got row after row after row of this stuff. I got some of that in my yard. Mine aren't that big though. Crepe myrtles seem to be very, very popular in this part of Texas. They seem to do really well with the heat, and that's probably why they do really well here, why a lot of people have them. They're actually very beautiful. They have a whole bunch of different colors. I got a couple in the front yard. I got one in the backyard. You can almost drive by the entire neighborhood and not see one house that doesn't have crepe myrtles in it. There's kind of a purple variety. Pink velour. I see more over there too. I love these oak trees. I actually have an oak tree in my backyard. It isn't actually doing very well. I think I might be dying, but I do appreciate them because they have a lot of shade. Have to consider maybe replacing it if I lose it. Yeah, they definitely seem to have the means of delivering things if that's what you need. Looks like they're maybe grinding some of their own mulch too. You gotta love a nursery that has its own river running through the middle of it. There's something moving around under there. I don't know what it was. Maybe a lizard or something. I had a pond in my backyard in California, and I had the same problem they do here. Kind of the water turns green after a while. It looks like they got koi in there. But when the water gets all green and cloudy like that, you can't even see them. So I think I've pretty effectively toured the whole grounds. Not a whole lot on the small plant front. There's many other nurseries that do better than that, do better than this, but they do really well on like larger things. And I have a lot of stuff. A lot of the nurseries I've been to don't have like the landscaping stuff that this place has. So I'm going to definitely have to keep this place in mind if I do anything major in the front yard, because this is going to be my source for large quantities of soil and rocks and boulders and stuff like that, because I definitely see some boulders I'd love to have in the yard. So I think that's all that I have for today. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.